How we think affects how we feel. Our thoughts are incredibly powerful and can shape our entire perception of the world around us. Negative thoughts can drag us down. They create negative emotions that can cloud our judgment and make us feel overwhelmed. This can lead to unhealthy behaviors. When we are consumed by negative thoughts, we might turn to unhealthy coping mechanisms, such as overeating, procrastination, or even substance abuse. The good news is that we can change the way we think. By becoming aware of our thought patterns, we can start to take control and shift our mindset. We can learn to reframe our negative thoughts. This involves recognizing when we are having negative thoughts and consciously choosing to view the situation differently. This helps us to see things in a more positive and realistic light. Instead of focusing on what could go wrong, we start to see the possibilities and opportunities that lie ahead. Reframing is a powerful tool. It allows us to take a step back and look at our thoughts from a different perspective, which can be incredibly liberating. It helps us to challenge and change our negative thoughts. By questioning the validity of our negative thoughts, we can start to replace them with more positive and constructive ones. It is a key component of cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. CBT is a well-established therapeutic approach that has been proven to be effective in treating a variety of mental health issues. CBT is a type of therapy that focuses on the connection between our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. By understanding this connection, we can start to make changes that improve our overall well-being. By learning to reframe our thoughts, we can break free from negative thinking patterns. This can lead to a greater sense of freedom and empowerment. This can lead to a happier and more fulfilling life. When we are able to see the positive aspects of our experiences, we are more likely to feel content and satisfied. In this essay, we will explore the concept of reframing and how it can be used to improve your mental health. We will delve into practical strategies and techniques that you can use to start reframing your thoughts today. Mindfulness and self-awareness are key components in the process of reframing. By staying present and aware of our thoughts, we can catch negative patterns early and make a conscious effort to change them. Support from others can also be incredibly helpful. Sharing our experiences and learning from others can provide new insights and encouragement as we work to change our thought patterns. Setting goals and creating a plan can give us a sense of direction and purpose. By taking small, manageable steps, we can gradually shift our mindset and build a more positive outlook on life. Reflecting on our progress is important. Celebrating our successes, no matter how small, can reinforce positive thinking and motivate us to continue on our journey. Taking control of our thoughts is a journey, but it is one that is well worth the effort. By learning to reframe our thoughts, we can create a more positive and fulfilling life for ourselves. Reframing is not about denying reality or putting on rose-colored glasses. It's a powerful tool that allows us to shift our mindset and see things from a different angle. By doing so, we can transform our experiences and find new meaning in them. It is about looking at a situation from a different perspective. When we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. This shift in perspective can open up new possibilities and solutions that we may not have seen before. We can find the good in a bad situation. Even in the midst of challenges, there are often silver linings or lessons to be learned. By focusing on these positive aspects, we can build resilience and maintain a more optimistic outlook. We can focus on what we can control. In any situation, there are elements that are within our control and those that are not. By directing our energy towards the things we can influence, we can feel more empowered and less overwhelmed. Reframing is not about being blindly optimistic. It's about finding a balance between acknowledging the reality of a situation and choosing to focus on the positive aspects that can help us move forward. It is about being realistic and balanced in our thinking. This means recognizing our emotions and experiences without letting them dictate our entire outlook. By practicing mindfulness and self-reflection, we can develop a more balanced perspective. For example, if you lose your job, you don't want to tell yourself that it's no big deal and that you'll find a better one tomorrow. That's not realistic. It's important to give yourself the space to process the loss and the emotions that come with it. It's important to acknowledge the negative emotions that come with losing a job. Ignoring these feelings can lead to greater stress and anxiety in the long run. It's okay to feel sad, angry, or frustrated. These emotions are a natural response to difficult situations, and acknowledging them is a crucial step in the healing process. However, instead of dwelling on the negative, reframing encourages you to also consider the potential opportunities that this situation presents. By shifting your focus, you can start to see new paths and possibilities that were previously hidden. Maybe this is a chance for you to pursue a career that you're more passionate about. Sometimes, unexpected changes can lead us to discover new interests and passions that we might not have explored otherwise. Perhaps it's an opportunity to learn new skills or to spend more time with your family. In times of change, we can find ways to grow and connect with the people and activities that matter most to us. By embracing these opportunities, we can turn challenging situations into meaningful experiences that enrich our lives. Let's say you're feeling overwhelmed with a heavy workload. You might have thoughts like, "I'm never going to get all of this done," or "I'm going to fail." These thoughts can lead to feelings of anxiety, stress, and hopelessness. Now let's try reframing those thoughts. Instead of focusing on the enormity of the task, you could try breaking it down into smaller, more manageable steps. You might say to yourself, "I can handle this if I take it one step at a time," or "I've accomplished difficult things before, and I can do it again." By reframing your thoughts, you shift your focus from feeling overwhelmed to feeling empowered. This can lead to more productive actions and better outcomes. Reframing negative thoughts is a skill that takes practice. It's not something that happens overnight, but with consistent effort, you can train your mind to see things in a more positive light. This process involves recognizing when you're having negative thoughts and actively working to change them. Here are 4 steps to help you reframe your thoughts. First, notice the thought. This means becoming aware of the thoughts that are running through your mind, especially the negative ones that can bring you down. Pay attention to your thoughts throughout the day. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of daily life, but taking a moment to reflect on your thoughts can make a big difference. When you notice a negative thought, write it down. This helps you to see the thought more clearly and gives you a chance to analyze it. Second, label the cognitive distortion. This means identifying the type of negative thinking you're engaging in. Cognitive distortions are inaccurate or irrational thoughts. They can distort your perception of reality and lead to negative emotions. Common cognitive distortions include all or nothing thinking, catastrophizing, and overgeneralizing. Recognizing these patterns can help you to challenge and change them. Identify the cognitive distortion in your thought. Third, challenge the thought. This involves questioning the validity of the thought and considering alternative perspectives. Ask yourself if the thought is really true. Often, our negative thoughts are based on assumptions or misconceptions. What evidence do you have to support this thought? Look for concrete evidence that backs up your thought. What evidence do you have that contradicts this thought? Consider information that challenges your negative thought. Finally, reframe the thought. Once you have challenged the negative thought, come up with a more balanced and realistic thought. This new thought should be more positive and based on the evidence you have gathered. Write down the new thought. This reinforces the positive thinking process and helps to solidify the new, healthier thought pattern in your mind. By practicing these steps regularly, you can develop a more positive and resilient mindset. Section 5. Guided practice putting reframing into action. Let's walk through a guided practice together. Think about a negative thought that's been bothering you lately. Write it down on a piece of paper. Now, let's label the cognitive distortion. Is it all or nothing thinking? Catastrophizing? Overgeneralizing? Write down the cognitive distortion below your negative thought. Next, it's time to challenge that thought. Ask yourself, what evidence supports this thought? What evidence contradicts it? Write down your answers. Finally, let's reframe the negative thought. How can you make it more balanced and realistic? Write down your new, reframed thought. Congratulations. You've just taken a powerful step towards reframing your negative thoughts. Section 6. Why reframing works, the science behind positive change. Reframing works because it changes the way our brains process information. When we have a negative thought, our brains release stress hormones like cortisol. These hormones can lead to feelings of anxiety, stress, and depression. When we reframe a negative thought, we are essentially changing the way our brains perceive the situation. This can lead to a decrease in stress hormones and an increase in feel-good hormones like serotonin and dopamine. Reframing helps us to break free from negative thinking patterns. This can lead to a happier and more fulfilling life. It can also improve our relationships, our work performance, and our overall well-being. Section 7. Reframing and CBT, a powerful partnership. Reframing is a key component of cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. CBT is a type of therapy that focuses on the connection between our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. It helps us identify and change negative thought patterns and behaviors. CBT therapists often use reframing techniques to help their clients challenge and change their negative thoughts. Reframing is often used in conjunction with other CBT techniques, such as exposure therapy and behavioral activation. If you're struggling with negative thinking, CBT can be an effective treatment option. Talk to a therapist or mental health professional to see if CBT is right for you. Section 8. Conclusion, your journey to a brighter outlook. Remember, reframing takes time and practice. Be patient with yourself and keep practicing. The more you use these techniques, the easier it will become to challenge and change your negative thoughts. You have the power to choose how you think. Choose to think positively. Choose to reframe your negative thoughts. Choose to live a happier and more fulfilling life. There are many resources available to help you learn more about CBT and reframing. Subscribe with us for new videos released every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Together, we will work to overcome our negative thoughts and move toward happier, healthier lives.